everybody.
What
Welcome
up?
to Pizza Pets Evolution Day. At least so I hear. It looks like people that played it safe had their pets evolve today. I wouldn't know personally because all of mine that did an LSD died over the weekend. I'm going to talk about that in just a few minutes, but I'm joined here by my co-host Brian. What's up today, Brian?
What's up, everybody?
We have a lot to go through and a little bit of time. It's not going to be quite as long as some of our other lives, but we want to talk about the updates that came to Pizza Pets over the weekend. An ultimate guide. I mean, this is a guide that's like a white. It's a whole thing. You got to look at it. I mean, it's like I'm reading a white paper and more. We're gonna look at that in this video. Some updates, some big deaths, big death cliffs, and just some general overview of how the game's going, which is, in my opinion, still going very strong. With all that being said, I mean, how's your pets doing, Brian?
Oh, I've got well, I risked one on DMT, so didn't make it, but
Oh man.
the other two are still rocking. They're at child phase, and I think I'm still a couple days away from milk needed again. I'm still gonna roll with that one strategy, cocaine plus steroids, because I don't know. I like the faster evolutions, and maybe I'll make it to immortal before. I seriously doubt this, but it would be cool to make it to immortal before pulverizer. But there's no way that's going to happen, even on a speed up.
Let's look at the updates first, and then we're going to go into the guide and some more of the theory around it. But I feel like the updates might be a little bit more important to hit earlier on. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen on the actual website. So here, some of my dead pets are still not removed. I had like 8 die or more over the weekend. You can see some of them here. There's still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on here that are dead. So basically with me, I did get sick again. I got done with a stomach infection, or like, just like a virus where I was just like, it was horrible. I either got the flu, COVID, or some type of pretty severe upper respiratory infection. But anyways, I thought I had the full day. Like my pets were like had like 2 or 3 hearts. I didn't calculate it enough. I mean, at the end of the day, it's my fault. But I guess the blocks went by faster that day, and so I didn't have as much time as I thought because I was so sick again. I was running fever. I took a bath, and that's like, I always think that's a good idea to take a bath when you have fever. Like, oh, I'm cold, I have the chills, let me get in a warm bath. And then you just end up stuck because the water like gets a little cooler, and like you don't want to get out because you're cool, whatever. I literally went straight from that to my dashboard, like feeling terrible. I was like shaking, like trying to get rid of the chills. And I opened my Pizza Pets application or the website, and I see that like 8 of my pets are dead.
Brutal.
Oh, man.
Not the Bitcoin eyes one though, or laser eyes.
No,
it's laser eyes.
LSD'd, yeah, he's LSD'd. And honestly, I'm pretty sure I did end up saving a few of my pets. I felt so bad at that moment. And it was also right around the time of the update. So I didn't really, things looked weird too. Like my pets were like grayed out. I didn't really know what was going on because I was gone the whole day because I was sick. And I ended up feeding a bunch during this block. And I think I actually saved some because like this one that's on 3.5 hearts, I'm quite sure that this one was like down to like half a heart, or even like no heart, maybe a quarter of a heart when I looked. And so I just like sent a transaction in there just to hope, and it looked like that went through. So all my pets currently are healthy. They're fine. But yeah, I lost the majority of the ones that I did in LSD, feeling kind of bummed about it, obviously. I mean, also Pizza Pets, like floor price went up like crazy over the weekend. So like literally at the time that I lost them, I don't even know what they're at right now. I think they're even higher than this right now. But the time that I lost them, they were $100 a pop. So I lost like 8 pets. So I mean, that was like $800 that just like, I just watched get set on fire. Like I would have rather took the risk and DMT'd it, because at least then you were taking the risk. But instead, it's just, lack of care.
Out of your hands. Yeah.
Out of my hands. GM. So with all that being said, there are there's some added statistics, a lot of them right here. If you go over to the dashboard on the official pizzapets.fun website, you have the basic statistics, which are still over 20,000 pets alive. That's pretty impressive. 37,000 have died. It talks about the Bitcoin block height, the last block, which I love that stat because you can kind of watch that to see your transaction goes through. How many immortals? Which only 57. I thought there was actually more. I mean, that makes sense, but
there's less now because of one of the alterations. There was like a glitch. I might get this detail wrong, but there was a glitch where you could have used oh man, what's the 20% one? I can't remember. But you could have used two things together and it actually used the odds instead of for the DMT, it used the 20% odds if you stacked those. And people made it to immortal that way. But then they fixed it. And those that had done that, those pets died because they had to go back through the 51% odds again instead of the 20% that they got.
The normal odds.
Yeah.
Did not see that.
What was it? Ketamine. So at one point, if you stacked ketamine with DMT, it actually took the 20% chance to die instead of the 51%, which is wild. But then they fixed it and all the cheaters got booted out.
Dang. Well, it shows the number of adults, teenagers, children, which a majority of children are children now, babies and an egg. And then it shows like basically what they're on. There's actually a lot on steroids. Like over half the ones that are alive right now are on steroids.
And how about the people preserving eggs still? Man.
I know. Pretty cool because they had to use Molly to preserve eggs. I mean, only 100. That's honestly surprisingly low. So cool to have those extra stats. I believe, where is it at? I can actually pull up the tweet in a minute, but I don't know if it's on the chain or what, but where it says like blocks until death now, isn't that like pretty new?
It's yeah. Yep. I think they just added that.
Yeah. So that's super cool. So I think it's actually in the pet. Let's see, history, analytics. Yeah. Oh, well, poop incoming. So it shows when I'm going to lose a heart. This might have already been there. When my next poop was, but I swear there's one that showed like the death and time until death. I just don't remember where it showed that at.
Yeah, I remember it being talked about as well.
Yeah, but yeah, so super cool having all the updates over the weekend. Obviously, our developers are hard at work. Good morning, Alexa. Appreciate you very much. And for Mint, also appreciate you. Let's go, boys. Taha did an incredible guide to the game. Yeah, I was actually going to pull up that guide and look at it. And speaking of Taha, I'm not the only one that had some pets die this weekend. I honestly, I expected it out of me because just not on top of everything like Taha was. Man, Taha had a funeral this weekend. I don't know if you guys saw. It was hard to watch.
Yeah, R.I.P.
Look at this. He had 67 pets die. And yeah, that's rough. Oh, wait. Oh, it's not sharing? What the heck? Yeah, here it is. Yeah, Taha. 67. I think he said that like he basically misset his timer and he was wrong by 3 hours.
Yeah.
But he told me that there was also like some special ones in there too. But anyways.
And I can't remember, he was saying something about he had like the ones that he was trying to do like content around separated. So I don't know how it relates to all that kind of stuff, but hopefully he's still got some left because man, he's putting in tons of effort just trying to get everybody up to speed on everything. So you really hate to see somebody doing that to make a mistake themselves, so.
Yeah, and Alexa's pointing this out. I actually wasn't sure, but I think the website was actually, it's open source. So it was built by the community. So, Taha has been an amazing help, but there's obviously a lot of other people helping as well, Alexa being one of those. And this is the guide that we're looking at that the community put together. And it's significant. I mean, this is like, it reminds me of, I don't know if you ever saw our white paper. Our white paper is like 88 pages and it's very organized like this. Yeah. But that's what it reminds me of, but it's specifically for like a Pizza Pets guide. And I want to actually spin like
the Get book kind of looks like that too, right? a
Yeah.
little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I want to spend like a whole episode on this. I'm not sharing. Yeah, I want to spend a whole episode on this, but not this one. I do want to like obviously give a shout out to it, and I want to like give an overview of it. This one I kind of want to talk about some of the recent updates though. But yeah, I mean, literally everything you need to know is in this guide, from like the basics of like what's the goal of the game. It guides you through the guide itself, what to expect, so like types of pets and their names, feeding mechanics, game actions, evolution stages, feed your pets. Obviously it's got Taha's video in there, helping for like those who like more visual overview. But if you're just kind of a reader, I mean, you could just go through this and like, I mean, it's pretty simple reads. Like it's all like placed with emojis. It's all like it has tables, graphs. I mean, so freaking cool, like what they put together. So
And anybody that is wondering where to find it, I believe Trevor did drop it in the Discord already under the strategy guide channel in the Pizza Pets section. So you can go find it there if you haven't found it yet.
And you're not in the Discord and you're not getting that alpha from the survivors chat, I don't know what you're doing. Because like even if you're in Pizza Pets still, like your goal is to get immortal. You know that immortal is going to give you bonuses if you're verified in the Discord, right? Like we have 2 airdrops coming up that immortals are going to have value for. They're going to be eligible for these. I think airdrops. I don't remember the exact word Trevor used for it, but
he said airdrop. 2 airdrops.
There's 2 airdrops coming up, so you're gonna have to get verified eventually. You might as well get verified now. Matrika is super safe and easy to use, and I just use Xverse to verify mine. So definitely get in and get verified. Blake Z said he's verified. Sugar Girl said, GM, it's been fun playing Pizza Pets games so far. Looking to add more to my collection. Yeah, it has been a lot of fun. I really need to go through some of this guide and like get my knowledge up. A lot of people ask me because like, basically for game theory and very specific questions. So now I can kind of point them to this because this is literally everything you need to know. Like
oh yeah, all in one place.
All in one place. You can even point them specifically to like, this is one of those things that amaze me, man. Like even like look, like it talks about risk levels, reward levels, like transaction cycle. Like this goes way above my thought process, right? Like I'm like the most basic, like I have been giving them beer to add 2 hearts and then like cleaning them when they poop. But besides that, I mean, I'm pretty much just been doing pizza, beer, shower, and then like I've LSD'd, quite a few actually, which I'm glad I did because if not, more would have died. Informant said I've been unable to get into the Discord. Big A and I couldn't attach our Xverse wallets. Stop being mobile maxis and find a laptop or a desktop, and you won't have a problem at all. And you don't even have to download Discord. You can just use the like a tab for like the browser Discord.
Yeah, the in browser.
They work so good. I mean,
some people find that the in browser works even better than the app. So
I think the only people I've seen have issues with verification are mobile users. Is there a way around that or no for like Xverse?
I don't know.
I don't either.
Really don't know.
We need an Xverse employee coming up to answer that question. But
yeah,
I mean, really no reason not to have it on your desktop as well or a laptop. You definitely need that verification though, especially if you're gonna have immortals, because like you're leaving out like airdrops on the table if you're not verified. So yeah, this guide is awesome. I can't I can't like emphasize it enough. So if you want to contribute, I said even like a support and donations to it. It says if this guide helps you, consider supporting us. There is a donation right here. And well, I don't know where it's sent to. I don't have a Git book on here right now, but I don't know. Yeah, so I need to actually talk to Taha. Today would have been a good day because I'm sure he's going to be out for the holidays the next few days. I'm assuming Taha did a lot of this, but I think there was still community effort to put it all together. I want to be sure I'm like contributing where I need to be contributing at. Like obviously Taha has a strong hand on this, but I'm not entirely sure if who all else inputted. Alexa, if you're still there, I would love your feedback on this. Like if, maybe it was Taha, Alexa, and like a few others, or maybe it was like, 10 plus people, or just Taha, if anybody can give me that information.
I think there was Xerox B Goat maybe is a Ninja holder. But they did the other, maybe it was the milk notification tool or something like that. I just
Yeah.
saw them discussing in the Discord that they were trying to figure out a way to add notifications for the pulverizer as well. So I don't know that they helped with this, but just saying there are several different people that are contributing, and it's really great to see all the
Yeah.
like ninjas. And it's not just people that are ninja holders, it's everybody that's involved is super active in the all the channels. The survivor chat is still going strong with people helping each other, and it's not just the team, it's everybody. It's awesome.
I love, dude. That's been one of my favorite parts of this whole process, is to see all the community coming together to have fun and to contribute and like taking in the timeline by storm. It's been really cool, man. And it's also like, well, I don't know if let me go share this. Somebody said that there's less than 1,700 Frostfang now, which is one of the eternal types, or the elemental types, not eternal types. So yeah, these are actually all pretty even. Floor price is like basically 001. I don't know why it says 008 up here, but literally it's 001 on like all the floors. Okay,
Yeah,
so
it's those Magic Eden discrepancies.
Yeah, I think there's like one listed right now below 001, and that probably is in the middle of getting swept or about to get swept. So, I talk about this a lot for multiple reasons, but one is like I lost 8 this weekend. So at least, dude, Bitcoin 92, ouch. So let's do some math, right? So if it's 001, then I lost 008, just about $800 in pets. That's fun. And that's with Bitcoin being at 92. If Bitcoin was at 100, then it would be exactly 800.
It's like you keep saying it over and over again to like punish yourself a little bit more.
I wasn't even going to sell them either, right? Like it's not like I got ready to floor them, but it just feels bad, right? It feels like a wasted opportunity of like, I could have DMT'd them. I could have took better care of them, but it is what it is. Dave said, GM gentlemen, I'm thinking Wednesday I'm going to try to start running spaces so we can discuss how to play Pizza Pets. You should do that. Who is doing that? Best practices, next steps. Taha has been doing a great job at you just saw the guide that he put together, and he's kind of been on a content run. So Taha's been great. I'm always willing to jump on, but I feel like the lowest IQ in the room when talking with people that know Bitcoin deeply and know the game deeply. Because there's just so much game theory and depth of knowledge of Bitcoin to this. People going down to like block times and heights and all that. So yeah, but I'm always down to run some things. Of course, Wednesday is Christmas, so I'll be out on Christmas. Dev said practicing celibacy. Thanks for the stream, gents. Of course, Dev, appreciate you for coming in, fellow ninja holder. Want to get these out as much as possible. I think we might be slower the next 2 days for the holidays, unless somebody wants to take the reins on it. But we wanted to do a live with these pretty much every day, especially every weekday, just to kind of keep you guys up to date with where we're at on our strategy, where the game's at, and everything like that. And kind of like full circle back to where the game is. I still think it's at a good spot, man. Like 20,000 pets alive after the death cliff, and then a week after the death cliff. Because right now I feel like every pet that's alive is like actually trying. They're playing the game and probably trying to get eternal. So it's like, out of all of our pets, like almost like 40% ish survived. Like that's a good stat in my opinion. I think I would view the game going well. At least that's my opinion.
Oh yeah, the activity's been awesome for sure.
Let me give I'm gonna go to the pet screen one more time. Let's remove this. Actually, let me just make sure there's nothing that we glazed over as far as the pizza pet goes. So this was the update, but we kind of showed a lot of it. Here's the scheduled death I was talking about. Will now be visible inside the.
You're not sharing, FYI.
Oh, scheduled death will now be visible inside the pet stats menu. That's what I was talking about earlier. So if you gave your pet certain drugs that will cause death, unless you give them milk, the time for their death will be visible. So I can actually show you a practical example of that in a little bit, because my pets that have LSD will have this. We are making poops weaker. Poop will now only speed up health decline rate by 1.4 each. This means some pets have died and may come back to life with this update. Oh, that's crazy. So
yeah, the updates are like retroactive. That's what blows my mind a little bit. I mean, there's got to be a more technical explanation that I wouldn't understand, but it seems that all of these like edits are retroactive to like basically impute all of that fairness to all of the players, right? So
yeah,
there's no way to like game the system. You got to play by the rules.
yeah, and it's emphasized here too that these things are to make the game easier, not harder. That way,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
yeah. So it kind of rewards people also that just like stuck with it. But yeah, so, and this is an entirely new thing, so there's going to be like tweaks on it. Let's take a look at a practical example of what it looks like to have the scheduled death date. Dave said, "Where do we think the total supply number will be at the end, like, of Immortals?" I really don't know. Like, I would just be guessing, right? Like, I would say like,
Man, I could easily see it being like 10,000 at this point, at this rate, you know? And I think that would be exciting.
I was thinking 10,000 pets, but not 10,000 Immortals, like not even close to 10,000 Immortals. Like, I think that like a lot of people are going to play the game super slow, and some might even keep on LSDing. Some might keep their pets as babies and do like the bare minimum. So like, I think like fast forward a couple months from now, like I think 10,000 pets is like super for, like, I think that would make sense, but I don't think there's going to be 10,000 Immortals. I think like five-figure Immortal, if not like lower, like if not like on the lower end of the 5 figures. That's my guess though.
We shall see.
Madi Mazza said, "I want to keep it an egg forever as I don't have 11 pets." There might be reasons to go Immortal even if you don't have 11 though. Like, one of the reasons is like you get qualified for airdrops in the Discord, and that's just right off the bat. And we have some of the top collab managers in the space for Pizza Ninjas, and you're going to have some of those availabilities to you as an Immortal holder. But another one would be the, like, I honestly don't know how it's going to look yet. I've seen a lot of theories. I've seen a lot of talk. I personally don't know. But like, if there is some type of combined effort in the future to bring value to Immortals, I know I'm not saying this is the way it's going to be. I just know somebody in the comments mentioned last week talking about like, and there might even be tools for this, like, almost like pooling Immortals, like, you know, like you contribute your 1 or 2 Immortals to a pool of like the other types, and you get like a not rev share, that's not the correct word, but like you get some eggs like from the pool or whatever. Again, that's all just like theory and guessing and stuff like that. I don't know. But I do think that there's going to be value in having individual Immortal. Matter of fact, most people are not going to have 11 Immortals. I would be willing to bet like, oh man, dude, it's hard to put a number on this, but I'll say like under 20 people are going to have all 11 Immortals. Like, it's probably less than that, but that's just a random guess. I mean, off the top of my head, the people I think will actually get there, Taha, I think will have 11 Immortals. I think Trevor would obviously is probably going to have 11 Immortals. I mean, there's going to be some whales that just buy. So I guess keeping that in mind, I think there's going to be some whales that just buy 11 Immortals, right? So that would increase a little bit. But people that actually get there by playing the game, I think
that's where the low number is going to be. Like, I think that there'll be more people that have 11 Immortals that bought them afterward, rather than actually took care of the pets and got them all to Immortal stage. So
I agree.
Yeah, whether it'll be possible or not, we'll see. But I think there will at least be some efforts for people to, you know, pool resources and do like breeding farms with their friends and things like that. Don't know how like decentralized and like open source tooling will get
Sure.
with all of that kind of stuff, because it could be limited by the, like the tech and things like that. But I'm sure some people will be thinking like, let's start a multi-sig, us three friends, put all our 11 immortals in it, and let's start breeding pets.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, my goal isn't 11. Like, as much as I would love 11 immortals, I don't even have all 11 types right now, and I can't afford to buy them, right?
Yeah.
So, like, my goal is just to have one immortal at this point. So
Yeah, I'm hoping I have two.
I would
I
like to
got
have
two
more.
shots.
Yeah, I would like to have more, but we'll see how it goes. Anyways, so I'm going to click a pet that has LSD on it. I like this one because it looks cool, because I want to show you guys the death date now. If you have drugs that can make it die. I need to check this anyways. So as you see right here, I have LSD. So if I go and that's not the right button, check this, it'll tell me when it dies. So it dies in 1,161 blocks. And that's because it says LSD. So if I don't give it milk, it's going to, if I don't give it milk, it'll automatically die before then. So I really need to, to be honest with you, I don't have like an alarm set or anything yet. I really need to like have an alarm set like the day before, just so I can, not.
Yeah. I still haven't looked into this either, but I do need to look at the milk reminder tool, for sure. Because I'm gonna need milk in what is it? I think it's tomorrow. Actually, now I have to go check. I have to add all the blocks again and make sure.
For
I think
what?
it's tomorrow. I've got to do milk or mine are gonna die tomorrow.
For what though? Like what
Oh,
drug?
the cocaine. Because I'm
Okay.
just doing the speed up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I'm still thinking about DMTing. I think one of our next videos, I might DMT one of mine live. But for now, I'm just surviving. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's just I gotta survive the holidays. Honestly, might LSD a few more for the holidays, just to make sure I survive.
Yeah. Play it safe.
Yeah. I do think so. Like, obviously, our audience is global, so like not everybody celebrates the same holidays.
Yeah.
But you do have to keep in mind that like for a lot of the audience that does celebrate holidays, it's like this next like week is full of them. So like I do wonder if either more pets are gonna die, or you might see more on LSD, or like you might you'll probably see things pause a little bit, I would think, but I don't know. Degenerates are always degens, so maybe it doesn't do much.
Yeah.
I mean, the weekend, I wasn't the only one, right? You just saw Taha, and I saw quite a few people who, like, the first weekend after the death cliff, a lot of people like thought they had it all timed out and didn't, and I was one of those people. So something to keep in mind. We got a couple people in chat. Argo said, easy for Bitcoiner dad. We are both Bitcoiner dads up here. Our breeding pool would be so nice. By Teebs, shout me out, or oh my god. As soon as I fed my pet,
Yes.
stats went down. That's about right. Mempool got cheaper. You can look at stats now without mathing.
Oh yeah, the dashboard, and even if it's like not, because it's not that big of a deal, at least to me, how many pets are, on steroids or whatever, but it's just like more information it just makes the game more interesting. So I don't know how much more is planned in the future as far as like building this out even further, but I could see this being like even more extensive.
Yeah, I agree. We have a good dev team, so I'm excited, and I'm excited to see more people in the Discord now. It's really cool because Pizza Ninjas was only a 1,500 piece collection, but this is obviously who knows how much it will be, but there's more people in the Discord now, so that's really cool to see.
Yeah, that's one thing I haven't looked at, the number of pets, but you can look at the number of owners too. Almost 5,000 on Magic Eden.
That's awesome. So, I mean, it makes sense too. So, all right, man. Well, I think that about does it. Like I said, we're going to have a shorter one today. I hope everyone who celebrates has a happy holidays and a Merry Christmas. And I will not be here the next 2 days on live. I'm not sure if somebody else is going to come on. But I will be back later in the week to kind of give you guys an update, talk about any updates, talk about any community-driven incentives over it. Just like we did today, we went over the ultimate guide. We went over the 2 recent updates to make the game easier, the new dashboard that you're looking at right now, right above us, talking about the activity of our pets and how the progress of them so far, newest strategies. We have guests on here all the time. So these lives are really meant to bring you value of like the updates of the game and everything like that. Appreciate all your love in the comments. If you ever remember to like a like or share, particularly if you send this to somebody who's in the game, right? Like this will help them a lot. With all that being said, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Brian, you have any last words?
Nope. Merry Christmas, everyone. That's about it.
Merry Christmas. We'll see you guys later.